Hi guys, Ruby Retrograde Tarot and Tea, and what will I be serving up and sipping on today? Ethany's 31 Days of Tarot, Day 7. Now, for Day 7, the question is, what is your most worked with tarot deck in 2021 and why? I had to think a little bit about it because what I did for I would say the better part of 2021, at least half of it, is that I would do monthly tarot challenges, and every month I would use one of the decks that I have in my collection and use that one exclusively for the month. So it was kind of hard to figure out what I was using most because I used, 6, 7 decks at least up until, I didn't have time to keep up with my monthly tarot journaling. But what I decided to consider was also the times that I did live reads online. So when I bore that into consideration, I came out with 3 decks that I have used most. So I will show them to you now. Now, the first deck that I've used most in 2021 is Rider-Waite-Smith. Actually, I don't know I think it's called the classic one, if I'm looking at it. The Rider Tarot deck. It's the US Game Edition. This one, actually, I have like kind of fond memories because this is the first one of the first decks that I bought. Or I would say that kind of kickstarted my deck collections. I did have tarot decks before then, but around 2019, 2020, 2021 is when I started discovering, all the different decks around, for better or for worse. I mean, don't ask my bank account. I'm sure it's probably angry at me right now, but the Rider-Waite-Smith tarot, standard, reliable. This one I particularly like because I actually got this at an auction. I won this at an auction. So I don't know, there's something about it. It feels really nice. It shuffles really well, and maybe because it's a used deck, and I don't know, that's why I kind of particularly like it. But yeah, it's to the point with this deck. As you notice, some of them are upside down because I decided to kind of read reverse with it as well. And also it was useful for me when I was reading books about tarot meanings and explanation. Sometimes it's just easier for me to relate when they're talking about the Rider-Waite-Smith, and I have, just a plain Jane regular degular thing, as opposed to having something more spicy, more colorful, more artistic. So one of the decks are RWS, Rider-Waite-Smith. The second one, I should also say that they're not in order of most used to least used. It's just the second one is, let me actually show you the box. I really like how the box is. The Majestic Earth Tarot. This one I got at a discount, which I'm really glad, because apparently we'll call it like the very pristine condition, not the second, what do you call those? Not the dinged versions. It was pricey, so I was glad to be able to snag one at a discount because it had some minor, scuffs, but even then it's, it's barely noticeable. But in any case, why this is part of the ones that I've used most. Once again, I have used this deck a good couple of times during live reads that I've done online. This one, I just like the imagery. It's all based on paintings. I've forgotten which period, but it's all from that one period, and really it's just so nice to look at. Just like the landscapes, areas, and I don't know, it kind of lets your imagination run to just look and see. Oh, we're getting a little bit blurry here. No camera. And just to look at it and kind of imagine where this goes. Like the sun, like if you look at the sun, it's just like this bright sun, and the landscape here, I think it's a valley, and just ready to receive all that warmth and all this activity that can be happening here. And also it's a little bit larger, you know, if I put it, if I compare it to Rider-Waite Smith, you can see that it's a little bit larger. So if you have smaller hands, it might be a little bit of a challenge to shuffle it, but it's still pretty nice. The side of course shiny. We all love, you know, we all love some shine on our cards. I will say that sometimes I do have some difficulty getting, like, shuffling them, because I find that sometimes the cards tend to clump together. But it's just, you know, nothing a little bit of extra shuffling or fanning can't fix. But in any case, this is, oh, look at this. Like, for example, the Tower. This is actually, I would say, one of the cards that that really tipped me over into getting the deck. Like, just look at the Tower. Just, there's something about it that's like, wow, so Tower-esque. But yeah, so that is my second most used deck, the Tower. And then finally, the third one that I've used most is the Ostara Tarot. This one, once again, I've used it during my monthly tarot challenge, and also I have used it during live feeds online, live reads, sorry, online. So that is why it made the top 3. I do like a wide booklet, all in color. It's a little bit of a bug, I will say, for the box, that you have to separate the cards in 2 piles, but we will live. It's not the end of the world. This, I will say, oh, sorry about that. Let's show. I have 1 card here that's right side out. These, I would say, is one. Let me think real quickly. Yeah, this is my first day that I got that it was a collab deck. Usually I'll just look at the judgment. Usually I'm kind of so with collab decks. I'm not too into it. They don't really draw me in, but I had stumbled across it while in my local marketplace online, and then it was for a good price too, so I decided to go for it, and I do like reading with it. Now, as you can see, because it's 4 different artists that participated in creating this deck, so you'll have different interpretation, art styles to it, and I thought that it was going to be more difficult, I would say, to read with them, and in the end I came to the conclusion that yes and no. So for example, for here, there are certain cards I kind of have a little bit of trouble in recognizing which suit or what it is. Like, for example, here, this is the 9 of Cups, but I tend to forget that this is in cups. Let me see if I can find another example of ones that I tend to mix up. Like, some of the cards are not exactly evident that it is what it is. Like, for example, yes, this for sure is a 4 of Swords. Here, you know, this is 10 of Cups because it looks like it's underwater. I do remember here, like, for example, the Magician. This one, it took me a while to kind of understand what they were trying to go for with the way of picturing the Magician. There's also the 10 of Swords here. Kind of an interesting take. That one took me a while too. Let me see. This once again, this is the second deck where the Tower kind of got me into buying the deck. Finally, I'm trying to keep the the ring light away from it, but yeah, this is the second deck where the Tower kind of convinced me to get it. And as you can see, so, you know, you can see, for example, the difference in drawing style from one to the other. Sometimes it feels a little bit more cartoony, sometimes maybe more digital drawing. That's another example. This is 5 of Wands, if I'm not mistaken, but for some reason I would confuse it with Swords, which I don't know, it's just my eyes. It might be a little bit of dyslexia or something. But yeah, but I'm having used it a few times, even though there are times where I kind of get mixed up, or I'm not too sure. Like I have to consult the guidebook to see what they kind of meant for it. Like for example, this one, I'm so used to temperance being, the woman with one vase pouring into the other. This one, it kind of took me a while to kind of get something out of it. But yes, so, and there's another example. If you see here, this is a 10 of wands. This is, I say it's the same whale as in the 10 of swords, but if sometimes looking at it quickly, I'm thinking it's sword, but no, it's wands. But in any case, I do enjoy reading with it and using it. I'll probably, I don't know when in 2022 I'll be going around to using this deck. I guess it depends if inspiration strikes. But otherwise, I do enjoy this deck. It is, I do like this deck, and I guess it would be a plus for future decks that I might be interested in that are a collaboration of artists and or authors, so that I won't automatically reject it. I'll at least give it a chance. So this is the top 3. So in conclusion, my top 3 most used deck being good old faithful there, Rider-Waite-Smith, the Majestic Earth, and Astera. So what about you guys? What are your most used decks in 2021? Did you go to one the whole year through, or did you use a couple? Did you go along with the season? Put your top 3s or top 5s, who knows, down below in the comment section. And thank you for staying by and watching my mouth. And thank you for watching this day of 31 day tarot challenge. Until next time, talk to you later. Bye bye.